very confused.
It's like, why are we in here?
What, Bob?
He's like, what is happening? Why? Hello? What are you doing?
Come here, honey.
Silly boy. Hi, lovely people. I am here with my sister, Amanda. Yes, from the title of this video, you can probably guess what this is about. Amanda is my younger sister.
Yes.
Although, that's debatable.
Yeah, it's kind of a running joke that I
Mhm.
have always been the older sister.
Yeah, it's since almost day one.
Yeah.
She's sort of more of like a powerhouse personality, so it seems like she's...
I would say I had a lot more like firsts before you did.
Oh yeah, definitely. I was a late bloomer. I feel like a lot of older siblings have this same situation. At least maybe with my personality, like a quieter personality. I feel like I didn't know how to human. And then you came along and sort of like, you know, we're more of like an outgoing person, and like when I was younger I always strived to be like more outgoing and have more friends and do more things outside my comfort zone, and my personality just didn't allow me to do that.
Yeah, which now I don't feel like that anymore.
Yeah.
Like I don't even feel very outgoing. And I feel like our personalities have sort of leveled out in a way that it's not so extremely different, and now like
Definitely have a different dynamic than we used to when we were younger. That's how we would like fight.
Yeah.
Or we would just like elbow each other, or I would hit you over the top of the head.
Whack. I don't remember that.
Really?
Maybe you whacked it out of my memory.
Probably.
I needed a lot of attention as a kid.
Yeah.
I threw tantrums and
We called her Demanda.
yeah.
And that she really...
Because I don't blame you for being annoyed with me, because I was a little shithead. I've grown a lot. I've done a lot of deep in our personal work.
Definitely. Yeah, another thing I wanted to say about why I'm so different and such a late bloomer is I was homeschooled for...
That was a huge
lot.
difference.
Oh yeah.
I went to public school my whole life.
Yeah, and then I was homeschooled for 3 years, and then I went to a private school. So like a really small school. And so Amanda had a lot more friends than I did, so I would hang out with your friends. So I would hang out with younger people. So that sort of also probably delayed me.
And like our cousins.
Yeah, and our cousins are all younger. I'm the oldest, so yeah.
Yeah, it's like nature versus nurture.
Yeah. Definitely. Anyway, about the queerness. So we are both queer. We like to use that term. I don't know if that's...
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Because it's an umbrella term, you know? Because I think we're both in sort of the same feeling of it. Like where we both lean more towards women. Yeah, I didn't really come out to my family, I feel like.
I didn't either.
It was kind of just like a situational thing where I fell in love with my best friend, and you know, that whole situation. I'll probably make a video on that later. As like a teenager and young adult, I was in long-term heterosexual relationships, like two primary ones, and that's just what it was. My college boyfriend, it was in my relationship with him. Oh, here's Mr. George.
He wants to be part of it.
Yeah.
He wants attention.
It was in that relationship that I realized, like, oh, I'm definitely not straight, but, you know, I was still in a relationship with him, so
yeah.
it wasn't anything that I was like, you know, it's that weird, like, bisexual, like, I don't know, like, this is like speculative, but I'm pretty sure it was like,
Bi-curious.
yeah, and I didn't want to like make a big deal about it because I was in a relationship, even though he was like really supportive and like was comfortable with me, like, you know, coming out as queer in a way. But it was definitely something that kind of loomed over me, and it was always a question.
When did you, is that when you realized, or do you think you can think back to like a certain time where you,
It's,
because I can do that.
Yeah.
I can think all the way back, like, oh, that wasn't an, oh, I just want to be her friend, I want to be with her, like, situation. I don't know if you had, probably not.
No.
You've always sort of differentiated your friends.
yeah, what's funny is like, I can look back and see, because in high school, if you were to ask me at like age 18, like what my sexuality was, I would 100% say I was straight.
Yeah.
Like, I had really close girlfriends, you know, we would like make out, and I never thought anything of it. It wasn't like it just felt very normalized, and I never felt romantically attracted to my friends. But then in college, I think, well, it's funny because I've been trying to write an article about explaining my sexuality, my story, just to sort of wrap my head around it. But I feel like it's always been really
hard to explain.
Yeah, it's just kind of unfolded organically.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of it may have had to do with you coming into your like femininity and like, you know, being a woman.
Totally.
Yeah.
I feel like, so all through college,
sexual awakening sort of situation.
Totally. Yeah. I feel like through college, I studied women's and gender studies, and I was like kind of finding myself spiritually in a way, and it was kind of like peeling back layers of conditioning that had, you know, just stuck to me growing up in this patriarchal, heteronormative, racist society. You know, all of those things. And it was through those processes, even though it wasn't like this clear, distinct moment where I was like, oh, I am attracted to women. It was just like the process, I think, that sort of led me down that. And
I had a completely different experience. I had that realization moment, like I can remember specifically. I'll get into more details later, but I, you know, had feelings for my best friend, and she got a boyfriend, and then I got extremely jealous, and it affected my mental health a lot, and so I just kind of spiraled a little bit, and you know, I was trying to figure out why I had these feelings and weird, obvious tendencies. I actually like watched coming out videos on YouTube, and that really helped because that's when I realized everything from my past, like coming back and like, hello, darkness, my old friend. The realization just like, it clicked. Watching YouTube videos and realizing this is me, like my exact situation.
And then like everything makes sense growing up, and like all of those signs and stuff. And luckily for us, our family is so
we can
supportive.
Go into that. Yeah, mom was and still is, like, she's become like mama bear.
She's always trying to like learn and grow. And
She asks a lot of questions, makes sure she's like saying things right, which is, we're lucky. And dad is also
he's very like smart and intellectually understands things.
Yeah.
And he's always been very, I mean, his sister is gay,
Yeah.
and so we grew up with a gay aunt,
Mhm.
and
it was never an issue.
yeah.
Like,
In fact, we were raised in a Christian church and stuff.
yeah.
and
That should be another thing we should say.
Yeah.
Our dad was a music pastor.
Mhm.
So
They've
they've
grown a lot.
They have, yeah.
It's pretty
Growing
amazing.
up, it was so much different. It's so weird. Like, they've grown with us,
Yeah.
I think. We grew up very conservative. And then our whole family sort of like went to the other side, and now
Yeah.
we're very liberal. But we still have our beliefs. Most of us, I don't know. But they've definitely changed.
I love seeing young kids who are
Actually know who they are.
yeah, and like it's just so much more accepted. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Which is another thing, is nowadays having 2 kids who are queer is probably a lot more normal.
Yeah.
We also have one of our cousins
Cousins,
is pansexual as well, and so there's, out of 5 grandkids, 3.
We have a lot of gays in our family.
We do.
Even on dad's side too. Like
Yeah,
multiple
generations.
multiple generations of gays.
Mhm.
It's great.
Yeah. I think the last thing we can mention is that now that we have both experienced being in a same-sex relationship, we know, like, can relate to each other on another level.
Yeah. Yeah, because I feel like growing up, because I had a boyfriend like pretty young.
Yeah.
And then I had a boyfriend all through college.
Yeah.
And,
And I didn't
you didn't have
like
any
it.
interest.
Yeah,
So
I couldn't relate
yeah.
probably on that
hmm
level.
So it's not like I had like a big sister I could talk to about that kind of stuff in that
because
way.
I was a very late bloomer.
Yeah, and I feel like that's something that, I don't know, siblings might talk
Yeah.
about or bond over, but it was
Yeah.
just not something that you were comfortable with. It just, you know, I was just kind of doing my own thing, I guess. And so when I started seeing my first girlfriend, that was really like fun because I could talk to you about it and just kind of like, you know.
Because at that point, I had already had experiences with girls,
Yeah.
so I could actually give advice and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. So it's really all pros to having a queer sister.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. It's fun. Now we get to like do
Queer
gay
shit
shit together.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad that I can talk to you about stuff.
Yeah, I think that's all.
Yeah.
You'll definitely see Amanda more because there's more video ideas that I have in the works. I don't know what the next video will be, but stay tuned for more. It'll probably be
More of that
paranormal related.
Yes.
Yeah, my experience with a demon.
It's a real cliffhanger.
Yeah. It was the most scariest thing of my life. So stay tuned for that. And
For more of George.
love this beautiful baby boy. My nephew. He's so cute. Make sure to subscribe. Now.
Be sure to like and
Yeah. What?
like equals 1 pet for
Yes.
George.
Yep.
Because he deserves it, because that was
He
adorable.
So make sure and like this video only for George.
Only for George. And if nothing else.
Yeah. And leave a comment below about if you relate to any of this at all. If you wanna know about my coming out journey story, if you want that video, comment below if you want that. Follow on socials. Do you want to do socials? Okay. Follow. I can link them if you want.
I don't know how to YouTube. Sure, I'm down for gay people following.
Yeah,
me on
Instagram. Yeah, let's do it. All right.
More queers, please.
Yes.
Always.
Follow us on social medias. Amanda's will be linked below, as well as mine. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Bye, ma.